This was StreamEast. At its peak, it was the biggest illegal sports network in the world. It was composed of over 80 domains that attracted an average of 136 million monthly visitors and 1.6 billion in its final year. They built a pirated media empire that was bigger, better, and easier to use than the multi-billion-dollar corporations they were stealing from. These guys were running a sophisticated criminal enterprise, laundering over $6 million in ad revenue through a shell company, until it all came crashing down in a dramatic international police raid. So how did two guys from Egypt build the world's largest illegal streaming network? And more importantly, how did it all fall apart? Alright, to understand why StreamEast even existed, we have to talk about how much of a nightmare it is to be a sports fan today. Let's say you want to watch the best team unquestionably in the NFL, the Carolina Panthers. Well, all the games are divvied out to a bunch of different streaming services. According to Forbes, to watch the entire NFL season, you'd have to shell out over $750. Now, most people ain't gonna pay all that. This fragmentation has made being a loyal fan really expensive. The entire system is a mess. It's expensive, it's a hassle, and 30% of fans say they can't even find the games they want to watch because of it all. The big media companies created a massive problem, and then along came the solution. This was StreamEast, and its philosophy was simple. Just let you watch all the games you want for free. First, there was no registration, no email and password. You just went to the site and started streaming instantly. Second, it had everything. There was no digging around on the site, just clean, simple browsing that solved the mess of finding where to watch. They offered high-definition streams, often in 720 or 1080p, with tech designed to minimize buffering. For every single game, they had multiple backup and mirror links, so that means if one stream failed, you just clicked another and kept watching. And this created high reliability that often rivaled like actual legal broadcasters. Some versions even had premium features like live chat, real-time stats, and a quad screen mode where you could watch multiple games at once. StreamEast wasn't just another pirate site, it was a legitimate market competitor. The empire was booming, but access to the site came at a price. StreamEast was free, yeah, but it was funded by an absolute onslaught of aggressive pop-up ads and redirect links. Click on the wrong thing and you could download a virus. But, you know, as long as you can watch your favorite team, it's all good. StreamEast also didn't even need a marketing budget. Reddit, Twitter, and TikTok became its de facto marketing, distribution, and customer support network. StreamEast went viral and it basically started normalizing the use of illicit services. And while millions of fans were cheering, a powerful new enemy was starting to take notice. This is the Alliance for Creativity and Entertainment, or ACE. They're a global anti-piracy coalition made up of more than 50 member companies, and in 2024, they set their sights on StreamEast. In August of 2024, the US Homeland Security seized a few of StreamEast's domains. You know, this is just typical whack-a-mole for the pirated media space. But the operators of StreamEast were ready. They had a reservoir of over 400 backup domain names waiting and immediately migrated their services. Their site barely had an interruption. Merely targeting websites was not enough. You can't just attack the website. You have to hunt the people running it. And so began a year-long investigation, and the hunt was on. Working in the shadows, ACE teamed up with Egyptian authorities, and what they found was wild. StreamEast wasn't just a couple of tech nerds in a basement. This was a sophisticated, transnational, organized crime operation. They discovered a shell company based in the United Arab Emirates that had been used to launder more than $6 million in advertising revenue since 2010. The laundered cash was then allegedly used to purchase real estate within Egypt, completing a flow of cash that went from dirty money to clean, tangible assets. The investigators slowly pieced together the puzzle. They identified the key operators, their location, and the entire financial structure of the StreamEast empire. After a year of painstaking work, they were finally ready to strike. August 24th, 2025. A team of 22 Egyptian police officers working in collaboration with ACE conducts a coordinated raid in El Sheikh Zayed, a city near Cairo. They move in on the residences of two men suspected of being masterminds behind the entire StreamEast network. The two operators are arrested, and inside they found 3 laptops and 4 smartphones. That's it. Surprisingly little for how big StreamEast was. They also seized 10 Visa gift cards containing approximately 123 grand and an additional 200K held in crypto. Just in time for the start of the 2025 NFL season, Ace had made their move. All 80 plus StreamEast domains were seized and redirected to an Ace takedown page. The world's largest illegal sports streaming site was officially dead. Now, the media industry immediately declared a massive victory. Charles Rivkin, the chairman of Ace, called it a resounding victory, saying that we have put more points on the board for sports leagues, entertainment companies, and fans worldwide. But on the internet, people's reactions were a little different.
For my fellow StreamEast users, how are y'all doing right now? Where are you guys consuming your sports? Because I'd be damned if I let this go on when basketball season come back.
Across Reddit and TikTok, the users were grieving. And almost immediately afterwards, new piracy sites popped up. There was a new power vacuum and more services came in to fill the void. In online forums, users were actively sharing links to new sites that had been popping up. And this reveals the fundamental problem with the war on media piracy. The StreamEast takedown was a huge win, no doubt, but research suggests these things have a limited long-term impact. Users often just migrate to other existing or new piracy platforms. As long as the cost to legitimately stream things is high, there's always going to be demand for these illicit services. But anyway, that's all I've got. There should be a video blocking my head right now. I would recommend clicking that.